Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Dallas Sidekicks Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Llamas, and today I have Desean Bennett. Not many people know who Desean Bennett is yet. This is why we're here. This is why we want to educate you on who our players are. So welcome today, Desean. How you doing?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm doing phenomenal, capital F. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent, man. I cannot complain. Live in the United States of America. What do I have to complain about, right?
Yes.
So Desean Bennett, do you go by Desean? Do you go by Sean? Talk to me about your name.
Yeah, so my legal name is actually Leon Bennett III.
Okay.
However, I guess when I was born, my dad wanted to, have his son be Leon Bennett III. I guess my mother didn't necessarily want to have, three Leons in the family. So I guess they agreed on the name Desean, and I just grew up as Desean. But so in classes,
Leon, Desean.
No. It's just Leon Bennett III is my government name, and then I just go by Desean. Desean
Okay.
Bennett. Yeah.
Interesting story. Yeah. See, I don't think any fans knew that. I didn't know that. So Leon the Third. That'd be pretty cool on your jersey. I could see like Leon with a 3, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, LB3. I like that as well.
LB3. There you go.
I'm trying to get the number 3.
Okay.
But my only option was 33 for this year. So, but we'll see what happens this year, because I think right now the number 3 is available because Rio had it, but he's not with us anymore. So, I'm looking to get number 3 this time.
Hopefully it works out this season and you get number 3. Then you can just put Leon, and it'll be the 3rd right there.
Yes, that'll be
a little
perfect.
RD by the 3.
Yes, love to do that.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So you said LB3?
Yeah, okay. Leon Bennett 3 or
pretty cool.
Desean, either one.
So I'm sure your parents had a very, very polite argument about your name. That must have been fun times. I can only imagine. I remember naming my kiddos. Mm-hmm. It's always a fun process when you have to agree with your spouse or significant other of what you're going to name your kids. It's always fun times.
Yeah, I'm sure it can, because there's a lot of names out there. I mean,
right. Where were you born?
I was born in the great state of Texas, Louisville, Texas, to be specific. Yes.
Okay. Right out by Lake Louisville, I assume, very close.
Yeah, pretty close there. So I was born in Louisville, but I've grown up. I grew up in Corinth.
Corinth,
which is like 8-10 minutes away.
Okay, that's like the Corinth, Aubrey, all that area out there. Is Aubrey close to that?
A little bit. I think I could get to Aubrey in like 30 minutes or so.
Okay, so not so close, because 380s, nobody can get anywhere quickly.
Right.
On 380. Okay, so you're born in Louisville.
Yes, sir.
You grew up in Corinth.
Yes.
Where did you go to middle school, high school? How was that life?
It was all the middle school and the high school was very close by. I went to Lake Dallas Middle School, which is in Lake Dallas, which is like 3 minutes from Corinth. And then I went to Lake Dallas High School, which is in Corinth. I actually live in walking distance of there.
So Lake Dallas Middle School is also Lake Dallas High School. So there's 2 different schools, but they're named the same.
Yeah, we have a Lake Dallas Middle School. We got a Lake Dallas High School. Lake Dallas Middle School is in Lake Dallas. Lake Dallas High School is in Corinth.
Got it. Interesting.
But it's all very, very close. Very close by. Yeah.
What was the population of your high school? Do you remember roughly? 3,000, 4,000?
I'll be honest. I could give you a number, but I don't know how accurate it'd be. 1,000 in my graduating class, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
so 4,000 probably, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
You'd take it about 1,000 average per class.
I think so.
Well, that's a big school. I only remember Lake Dallas because one time when we first moved to Frisco, back then when Lone Star High School was maybe 3 or 4 years old, they played against Lake Dallas.
Yeah.
And I came to watch them over here in the Allen brand new stadium that was $60 million back in the day.
Jeez.
Which was considered big until McKinney had to outdo them with, I guess, a $72 million one.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to go watch the game, and man, those guys from Lake Dallas were massive. I was like, man, this looks like university football, in high school age. But are you the only child?
No. I have 2 younger sisters that I grew up with. And then technically I do have 2 half brothers.
Okay.
And then as of 6 years ago, I have a half sister.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So your family keeps growing.
Yes, it keeps growing. It's still going.
Very cool. You all get along?
Yes. I mean, I don't see my half brothers, but I do see my half sister maybe once a week, maybe once every other week. Just saw it the other day, actually. So
very cool. Do any of them play soccer?
We all played soccer. Me and my two sisters, we played soccer growing up, and it was really only the middle one that kept playing till college, but then she stopped playing. And then the 6-year-old, we're gonna try to get her into soccer whenever we feel like she can, listen real well, and when she really wants to play. So it's in the process.
Does she have the same athletic ability that you do?
The 6-year-old, or from what I've seen, yes, it's there.
Okay.
If I can train her, then I'm sure she'll find a way to be good.
Very cool.
At the very least.
Very cool. That's a fun project when you get to, I had 3 half brothers, but they were all older than me.
Right.
So I was the baby.
Okay.
And I never got to really have siblings. So I was an only child for the majority part of my life. So this whole siblings thing is new to me. So when I had kids and when I went to my wife's house the first time, she's got a ton of siblings, and they all just, personal space to me is like very important.
Right.
Everybody's like on top of each other, talking to each other. I'm going like, but that's just me being an only child. Good pros and cons of being an only child.
Right.
But okay. So after Lake Dallas, where did you go?
So after Lake Dallas, for some reason I can't avoid the color green, so I went to University of North Texas.
Okay, very cool.
The Eagles,
There you go.
Yeah, did a 4-year degree there in business computer information systems.
Very cool.
They actually had a soccer team, but it wasn't it was like I guess a club team is what they considered it. The girls team, they're like D1.
They
really
win
good.
like all the time, right?
Yeah.
Every single year they win their conference championship. Ex-Sidekick legend John Hedlund coaches there.
Okay, yeah.
And has been there for like 30 years and has won every single year, is doing a tremendous job out there.
That may explain it. But yeah, so the girls team, they got a good team, but then the guys, they kind of had just a club team.
Gotcha.
I did try out for that. But I tried a position that I didn't normally play, and I didn't make it. But it was, I'm okay with that because I think it kind of pushed me to, keep going, train harder, essentially.
Right. What position was that?
So when I first started playing, like a long, long time ago, when I was playing like recreational, I would play forward. And then when I went to club soccer, that's when they moved me to defense because I was, pretty much faster than everybody else.
Break all the plays up. What club was that?
At first they were the Aces, and then they became Celtics.
Okay, so Sammy, did you know Sammy Akimi back then, or maybe not?
No, I don't.
Okay, then they became Aces because obviously Louisville area Celtic, that whole area is Celtic now, right?
Yes, yeah.
Close to North Texas, it's all the Celtic teams out there.
Yes.
Okay, and so you played for Celtic?
Yes, I played till Celtic until I think 18, whenever they make you stop playing. And then, went to UNT. And then I think during UNT, I did play UPSL for a little bit with the North Texas Legends. Again, another green team. As you see, all green teams for whatever reason.
There you go. It's a good luck charm.
Yes.
Good luck charm. Okay, so then you graduated.
Yes.
You finished your degree.
Yes.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
And what's the next step as far as education? Are you going to go get your master's?
I am considering it.
Okay.
I'm strongly considering it. If I'm going to get my master's, it's going to be in data analytics.
Okay.
I think if I'm going to apply for this upcoming semester, I'll need to do it before, I think she said the middle of June, the middle of July, the middle of this month. So I am strongly considering it.
Okay. Have you started working anywhere? Do you have a job yet? You interning? What are you doing?
No, I'm actually right now. I just interviewed for a job a couple weeks ago, and I'm just waiting to hear back. I should hear back this week whether they have chosen me or not.
Okay, so what is it? Business and what your degree's in, or something completely different?
No, it has something to do with my degree.
Okay.
It's called a client data technician.
Okay.
So as long as I'm doing something in data and with SQL, I will be happy.
Okay.
That is my goal.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And then how long is the master's program if you decide to do it?
I think it said anywhere between 1 to 2 years, but I think for the one I specifically want to do, it'll probably be 1 year, just 1 year, which is
all online, a couple classes. What is it? What does that master's look like?
I believe it is online.
Okay.
I believe it was online. I think Parker was actually the one who like showed me that degree that he was considering getting, and then I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something I would do. So I believe it's just all online, either 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
I'll know more once I actually apply.
Okay. So you'll do that potentially. And then you said you played for the North Texas Legends?
Yes.
And they were green as well. How many years did you play for them?
I want to say I started in 2019 until like 2020, I think, because whenever COVID came, that's when I kind of stopped playing for them.
Okay.
So I started playing for them whenever they first got created, because I knew the owner, coach owner, and stuff like that. So I started playing with them. I believe it's 2019 is when they were conceived.
Who was the coach owner at the time?
It was Richard.
Okay. Richard.
Yes.
All right. Who was the club coach at UNT? Do you remember?
At UNT, it was actually a student.
Gotcha. So like a volunteer type of thing.
Yeah, it was a student thing. It was one of the he was a player and a student, and he was just coaching. I think that was like his 5th year there or something like that.
Gotcha.
So if you were friends with him, you'd get on, no problem. But if you didn't, you have to really show some skills.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I
Okay.
mean, that's part of it, No,
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's human nature, right?
I'd probably do the same. If my friend wanted to play, I'm
Sure.
gonna let him play.
Sure. Absolutely. All right. So Legends, did you play with any other UPSL teams, or that was it?
No, that was it. That was
Okay.
it for outdoor soccer.
Who was your club coach at Celtic? Do you remember?
Yes, it was Coach Stephen Shirley.
Stephen Shirley.
Yes,
Okay.
he's I think from Scotland.
Okay.
He either him or his dad owns American Indoor in Carrollton.
Gotcha.
Got his shirt on the wall.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a good coach. He's still coaching there actually. I saw him recently. Same place. He also coaches at UTD as well. I think he just got either an assistant coaching job, but he's coaching there as well.
All right. Another green team.
Yes, of course.
Another green team. Interesting.
Yes.
So you finished playing, you finished college, you got drafted by the Sidekicks at the combine, correct?
Yes.
This was at the Dallas Sidekicks local combine.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so how did you find out about that?
Okay, so for whatever reason, I like indoor soccer a lot more than outdoor soccer.
It's cooler.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler. There's different rules.
Right.
It's also you're a bigger part of the team. I feel like when you're 1 out of 11 versus 1 out of 5, what you do contributes a lot more. And plus, I just feel more confident playing indoor soccer as well. I don't know what it is, but when I go play outdoors, I feel like my touch is off, my passes are not as good, stuff like that. So I wanted to figure out. I knew I wasn't going to try to play pro outdoor. So I'm like, let me see if there's an indoor team that is professional. And sure enough, Dallas Sidekicks, and they just happen to be within, commuting distance. It is a bit of a drive, but still commutable. And so I went to a game. I believe the Sidekicks were playing the Empire Strikers. And I was just watching, and I'm like, I felt like I could, be there. I could potentially see myself doing that. So I started trying to figure out when they had tryouts or
Okay, so this
combine.
was the previous season. This was
Yes.
22, 23 when you went to the game.
Yes.
Okay, before, and then you came to the combine in, what was it, September of 23, roughly?
It was October 23.
October 23.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started emailing some people, tried to DM people, and then eventually I heard that they were going to have a combine in the fall. And so I ended up following the Sidekicks Instagram account, so that way I would be notified whenever they did post the combine. And sure enough, they did. And they put however much it costs. They put the time, date, all that. I signed up, and then started training as much as I could, playing as much indoor as I could.
There you go. You went from signing up for it. You show up that first day.
Mm-hmm.
Was it everything you expected?
Yes, and
Tell
then
us about
some.
that day.
So before the combine, I actually talked to Chris Escalera. I saw him before because I was playing against him in just some fun indoor league, and he just told me to be confident, to be loud, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. And so I came in with that kind of mindset, just be confident, be loud, and bad things are gonna happen. It's okay. It's part of the game. And so I got there first day, and it was different. It was a lot different than what I was playing before, just because the competition was definitely a lot, a lot higher and stuff like that. But I feel like the ball is different. The turf is a little different. The walls bounce different. It's all very different than what I expected. A lot of the times, I'll go into something thinking, one way, but it's not until, you actually do it until you're like, okay, this is how it really is. And then that's when you're like, okay, can I adjust to this? Is this doable? And
you make a game plan in your mind how everything's going to work. And then all of a sudden, some of the turf might bounce a little bit different.
Right.
The wall yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Everybody, what was it, the saying, everybody has a plan till you get punched in the face, something like that.
Right.
And that's exactly how I felt going into it.
Okay.
It was still doable though. I think, all the practicing I did beforehand definitely helped me get, more used to it. Cause I essentially stopped playing outdoor soccer and was just laser focused on doing indoor soccer.
Right.
And that definitely helped going into the combine.
Well, that's good. So after the first day, did a coach talk to you? Did somebody say something? Did they pull you aside or not on day one?
I don't think it was after. I think it was maybe after day 2. Someone might have said something. I really don't remember. It's just, I don't know if my memory is just not the best or if there was just so much going on, just so much process. I had to think, how did I do? How will I do tomorrow? Oh, did I do good? Are they going to say something? It's just running through my mind, stuff like that.
That's totally normal. Yep.
So yeah,
100%.
So I can't say whether someone said something to me after. Yeah, just too much going on.
So after the whole combine was over,
Mm-hmm.
who reached out to you? Who told you to come back? And how quick was that turnaround?
Who told me to come back? What happened after the combine? I think, I don't remember how they did it. I think it was an email. I believe it was an email. I think it was Coach Ed at the time who emailed saying, hey, I'd like you to come back. As for the turnaround, I'm assuming it was quick. I think it was pretty quick, maybe either that week or the following week. They definitely gave a deadline as to when hey, we'll let you know by this time. And then, they did it within that time.
Okay.
So, but I'm pretty sure it was head coach at the time.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So after you finished that combine, you came to the first day of preseason. How was that?
Yeah. Preseason? Yeah. So I think after the combine, first they would invite you back to do these, I guess, kick arounds. I think they'd do them maybe twice a week about twice a week.
How was the kick around?
Those were good. Those were really good because you got to play with some of the players who are already on the team, as well as some other folks that are trying out as well.
Okay.
So that was the really, really good experience for me going from the combine with not so many of the players, just people trying out, and then integrating some people who have experience and stuff like that. The people or the players who were there were very helpful, because the rules are quite different. It is a different game. It definitely takes some getting used to. So the players that were there helped a lot, just giving me just little tidbits of information.
Little nuggets here and there.
Yeah, just little nuggets here and there. Hey, do this way, if you do it like this, or this is why we do this and stuff like that. So it was a lot of just kind of watching, learning, as well as, giving it your all to see these players.
Okay, so you went to the kick arounds. You felt like you learned some stuff.
Yes.
Then we progressed to the first day of preseason.
Yes.
How was that?
Preseason, I think that was when we were doing the
lake running.
The lake, yeah, the lake.
How was that?
Okay, so that I do have some good memories of, just because that kind of, staying. I've never done something like that before. I just remember having to drive an hour away early in the morning, and by 8 a.m. we were in cold water. First, I think we ran a couple miles, which, was standard. It was up a hill too, just make it much harder. I think he timed us as well, so, you do have to kind of push it. And then once that's over, you're like, okay, that was tough. I'm sure we can't do anything else crazy. And then sure enough, we start doing some drills, some over the cones and through the poles, carrying some weighted ball, medicine balls, yes, which were, that was fine. But then that's when we got into the water after that. So we were just running around in the water. It was cold, it was wet. And of course I ended up slipping. So my whole body gets submerged. But at that point, it's all right, we're dirty, we're wet. We're going to get better today. That's all it is. Yeah.
What was the temperature roughly? Do you remember? what it was like outside? Was it in the 50s, 40s,
Well,
60s? Do you remember?
It was early morning. I think it was November. Yeah, it was November.
Oh, yeah.
So it was pretty chilly. But I be getting hot pretty quickly. So that warm up actually like legitimately warmed me up. And then yeah, so I'm assuming it was probably like 60 at the most.
Okay.
And then going into water at its coldest time as well. But you know, you get used to it.
Right.
Especially when you're running that much. You get used to it.
I loved watching Blas joke and run through that water. He was hilarious in I think it was the first episode of the docuseries.
Yes.
Just watching him always like doing all these facial expressions. He definitely is the comic relief.
Yes, and he was actually doing pretty good in the water as well because he's pretty tall. He was able to get his feet, you know, all the way up. So he was like zooming through it. I was impressed.
Was it sandy? Was it muddy?
It was definitely very muddy.
So it was slippery in there.
Yes, I wore the wrong shoes that day. I think I wore my laceless, so I lost a sock at some point. It's probably still in there.
Still floating in Lake Lavon? Was it
Yeah,
Lake Lavon? Is it
I think
floating out there?
so. Yeah, it's probably somewhere still out there. So that the next day I got a different pair of shoes.
Awesome.
But yeah, and speaking of that, yeah, we had to do that twice actually. So you thought it was bad the first time, you do it all again the next
Yeah,
day.
knowing you're going to go do it again makes
Yeah.
it even worse.
Or was it the same day? I can't remember. I don't know. It might have been the same day actually. I think we might have done it 3 times actually. Now that I think about it.
Now
Was
that you're
it like-
thinking about it, you're like, my goodness, 2, 3, forget about it.
yeah, I don't know, but it was quite the experience, but you know, it was fun. It
You
was
saw these guys there, right? These guys were there filming everything. And
they had it nice, yeah.
yeah, they were laughing, I'm sure, on the inside going like,
Yeah.
poor guys. Thank
I don't-
God
I
that's
don't-
not me.
I don't blame them. I do the same thing, you know. But it was an experience. Never done something like that before. I would not do that again by choice. But if I have to for the sidekicks, then so be it.
Right. So did you sign immediately, or how long did it take you to actually get a contract?
So
Because preseason started November 1st.
yes,
The first home game was December 8th or 7th, something
Right.
like that. When did you finally sign for the team?
okay. So Coach Ed told me twice he was gonna sign me. I think during preseason he told me twice, but then on the third time he said he wasn't. You know, which was a little, you know, disappointing. And then when he did say he was going to sign me, I'm like, I'll believe it when it happens. You know, so I still kept that in mind. And then when he said he didn't, he wasn't going to sign me, you know, I wasn't, too upset about it. I'm like, okay, that just means I have to keep going. I have to keep proving myself. It wasn't until December 27th is when I actually got signed that day. We were at a practice, and he just pulled me aside. He's like, hey, we're going to need you for, I believe, Milwaukee. I believe we were going to play Milwaukee. He's like, I'm going to sign you and get you out there.
Okay, so you finally got signed.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was a very good, very fulfilling experience because I posted on my socials about how I was training and, you know, how I went to the game and has been trying and to do this, you know, and it was just very cool for myself and for my family and friends to see like, hey, he put his mind to something, he trained for it, and then it finally happened.
Right, and didn't happen immediately.
Right.
Like most everyone expects,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you kept working, you kept showing up, you
Yes.
kept having a good attitude, and then it finally happened. So now you're signed.
Yes.
Where was your first game? Where was your debut?
It was in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee.
It was in Milwaukee. Yes.
Okay. How was that?
Well, oh my goodness. I just remember being so tired. I remember just how intense it was. Cause like in practices, you know, you're definitely more comfortable, right? Cause you're with, you know, some friends and it's a practice. But then when you actually get on the field, I swear I made one run and I've never been more exhausted. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Maybe it was the nerves. You know, I was a bit nervous. It was my first time playing,
Right.
especially at this level, you know, with this team. And it takes some getting used to again with how things go. Cause, you know, it's a lot louder. Everyone's yelling, you know, everyone's, you know, huffing and puffing and stuff like that. It is.
No, you're not playing against your friends anymore.
It
right?
is not
You're
against
playing
your friends.
teammates. You're playing away. You're not
Right.
playing at home. I think a debut at home is a lot. It's maybe even more nerve wracking at times because you're playing in front of your friends and your family.
Right.
But away at Milwaukee,
Yes.
Not an easy place to make a debut.
Yes, and Milwaukee is a pretty good team as well. They do pretty good every season. And also another thing is, I'll be playing with Sidekicks players, and at some point, I kind of get used to them. Like I know some tendencies they have,
right.
but then when you go and play, I can watch Milwaukee all day, right? But it's not until I actually get onto the field and actually, see Desean Bennett, face to face,
Right.
to feel like, oh, this is how it actually is, right? Because the camera only shows so much.
Yep.
It's not until you're actually there that you actually get to feel the intensity, the speed, and just all that stuff coming together at once. Wow, there's a bunch of people on you. It's going to be on camera. It's going to be streamed on Twitch, and it is.
Yeah, I don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah.
No mistakes.
You don't
this
want
first
to,
game.
but yeah. So
Was that the game you guys lost 4-3? It was really tight.
I don't
Your
think
debut.
so.
Do you remember the score of that game?
No, I don't remember the score of the game. All I know is I was guarding Desean Bennett at one point, and he did score while I was on him, and that kind of stung. I don't think I saw the field again that day, but it was. That's what I really remember. I don't even remember the score, to be honest. Yeah,
Okay.
don't remember the score of that one.
So Milwaukee. Did you come home and play it the next home game?
No, I think I ended up playing in like Chihuahua twice before I ended up playing a home game.
Okay. What's it like playing in Chihuahua?
Chihuahua is even different from playing in Milwaukee. The field, of course, is a lot smaller.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't know. I did enjoy it. I think a bit more. I did like the kind of smaller field. I don't know what it was, but those guys, I mean, they were one of the best teams, right? That was a pretty tough game. I definitely played a lot more in that one as well, and that was another pretty good experience as well. It is weird playing on a smaller field, but I did enjoy it.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. And when did you play at home? What was your first home game?
My first home game was against the Tacoma Stars.
Optic night?
No,
No?
it wasn't Optic Night.
It was another night. We played Tacoma twice at home?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. I think, we played Tacoma a couple times.
All right.
Yeah.
How did we do that game?
I think that one, we like barely lost.
Okay, it was a close one. I think we lost in overtime, maybe by 1 goal
Yeah, I think
or something like that. No?
Yeah.
It was 12 something.
Okay.
Oh,
That's right. That was the second Tacoma one.
okay. But it was
Because we beat them the
Tacoma.
first time on a Thursday night. I remember Optic Gaming. And then they came back and, yeah, that's right. It was a different story. Let's call it a different story.
Picked up players.
That's right. They got like Mijatovic. They got like a bunch of different guys. Stinson. Yeah, their goalkeeper was back. So, yeah, it was a different team.
Mhm.
All right. So, what was the first victory at home that you played in?
I want to say first victory at home. I think it was City Night.
City night against the Texas Outlaws?
No,
Yeah.
we were in the
Yeah.
when we were in the city.
Yeah, it's City night. It's the night that Marty Turco took the first kick, the ex-goalie for the Dallas Stars. We had the City jerseys, the really cool ones with the black with the gray City on it.
It was against.
And then we beat the
against-
the
you're
Texas
right.
Outlaws that night.
You're right.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yes, that was the first one. I remember. Yes, okay, because I was on the field at the very last play. And I remember I got hit into the wall. We'd already won, and I'm just chasing the ball, just to make sure it doesn't go in our goal. Nothing bad happens, and I get hit in the wall. My knee hurts. So I do remember that. See, I don't know why. I swear my memory is, I don't know.
I think if you sit down and you think about it a little bit longer, you'll be good. I
Yeah.
just think when I ask you right on the spot, you're like, let me think about this. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other hobbies or talents do you have besides playing soccer?
Besides playing soccer,
What do you like to do?
well, I used to make some music before I played a lot of soccer.
What kind of music?
Rap music.
You as the rapper or you as the creator of the beats? Or
As
both?
a rapper.
As a rapper.
I don't make beats. I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, I made some music.
Any possibility of you doing a song that you may have done in the past? 20, 30 seconds, 15 seconds? Something?
Um,
It's just freestyle. Think about one of the ones that you know if you don't need the beat or Or if you do need the beat, or is there a favorite song that you know by heart and you can give us a little, you can spit it out?
Jesus Christ, like a one of mine?
Yours, yeah. It can be an original. It can be whoever. Or
I don't. It's been a while. I'll be honest. I gotta warm up my vocals. Yeah.
I think we've been warming them up pretty well for the last we're going 20 minutes already, 25 minutes. Any song? If not right now, we can always have you come back.
Yeah, you know what? I could maybe do a halftime performance at one of the games.
I wasn't going that far. Okay. I was just on the podcast. You do give us a little taste. You don't have to do the whole show, but if you don't feel comfortable now, we'll have you come back and we'll do it next time. And you'll be prepped.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it next time because it has been a while. So I don't
you into that?
Into music?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I think he's one of the greatest rappers alive. And honestly, I felt like there's a lot of disrespect toward him. I just feel like he wasn't getting the props he deserves because I think it's talent with him. It's all about talent. And at some point, I think during college, people were talking about, oh, this guy is better than him. This guy better than Lil Wayne. I'm like, y'all are missing it. Y'all are missing it. Where's the talent? It's like I'm trying to bring back talent. With the bars.
Right.
It's not just about just saying whatever over a nice beat. I feel like you got to have some talent, and so that's really what inspired me. I'm like, if I see all these goofballs, they can make music and stuff like that without any real bars and stuff like that. I'm like, I can do that.
Interesting.
So
when did you stop doing this?
Honestly, I guess when I started focusing more on soccer, when I started trying to basically put all my attention, time, and effort into playing soccer. Okay. So maybe, around that time I went to the first Sidekicks game.
Okay.
I just kind of switched focuses, really. That's all it was.
So do you, how many raps or beats in your mind when you're going and you're doing stuff?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I'll listen to my own music on the way to a game or something like that every now and then.
So you actually have your own recorded music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe next time you come, we'll actually play a clip of that. Might be the better bet. Unless you have it on YouTube somewhere we can look it up. Do you have it on YouTube? Did you ever post it on YouTube?
Yes.
You did? Okay. Let's see real quick. Let's see if we can find it.
Just do a chatter. That was the most recent one.
Okay. Just spell it out like chatter?
Yeah, Chatter by DaKingSean.
DaKingSean. All right. I like that, actually. It's pretty...
Yeah, Chatter. That was my most recent one. Yeah, Chatter. CHATTER. As you see, it's... official music video. Yeah.
Here we go. My goodness, you had much longer hair back then.
Yes, I don't cut it very often. This one, I filmed this all by myself. DaSean. DaKingSean.
Here we go.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you think it was in your best interest to become a rapper of all things? Well, it all started one day. I looked at my watch and noticed the time. I realized that...
I think it was in junior year when I was still in college. I was trying to do IT, but I didn't have the knowledge. Now it got me thinking where I'm gonna get my next dollar. Then my phone started ringing and rapper was the caller. Now it's crazy, you would think for a guy like me. Quiet, shy, and awkward with anxiety. But I got a lot to say when I'm all alone. Only booth I've ever been is the one I got at home. Okay.
Was this studio in your house?
Yes.
So you created the whole soundproof studio in your house?
Yeah, it's in the closet, yes.
That's pretty cool, man. You built it yourself?
I just got all the soundproofing foam, the microphone stand, and all that. And then I actually borrowed one of my friend's cameras to do this because I wanted to do a music video just all by myself, no one else recording, just me setting it down.
That's how you learn.
Just wanted to try that out. So this was a product of me trying it out.
Very cool, man. And how many of these videos have you made?
Not a lot. I haven't done a lot of music videos. I did maybe 2 more with some friends as well. I think this was actually might have been the first one I just did by myself, like the full music video. And then I believe I have 2 more Give Me a Minute and Lifted that I did with a group of some other guys.
Okay.
So I guess only 3. Yeah.
Very cool. I mean, you tried it, you did it. You say you have some experience now.
Yes, sir.
You know what it's like to rap and create your own, I guess, lyrics.
Yes, sir.
Who created the beats?
So for this one specifically, it was one of my friends, OK Kev.
Okay.
Yeah, I always put either in the description somewhere who created the beat. Sometimes I'll just get them from YouTube, and then other times people will hit me up and say, "Hey, got some beats." And then sometimes just my friends will, just send me, "Hey, if you like this, use it. If not, no worries."
Gotcha. And you come up with your own lyrics to
Yes.
that beat. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Very cool, man. Did not know that. Now I know the king. Is it DaSean?
DaKingSean.
DaKingSean.
It's just DaSean. Throw a king in there. DaKing. DaKingSean. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's king time.
Very cool. Very cool. When you were trying out, I just got some notes. I see some notes up there. Do you see Mike Powers? Did he have something to do with your trying out or something like that? No story. Did you know the story of Mike Powers? How many times he tried out before he made the Sidekicks? Did you know that story or no?
No, I did not.
Okay, he's obviously a Sidekicks legend.
Yes.
Mr. Defense. He tried out, I think it was 3 times before he finally made it. 2 or 3 times, I can't remember exactly the number, before he made it. But he was consistent. He would go to the games. Kind of very similar story. He'd go watch the team. He's like, I can make it. Next year, try it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Try it again. Sorry. And then finally made the team. So that's very, 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 very cool story, especially to hear from another young man that, you went through it. I know you didn't have to go 3 seasons, but, very different. I feel from the previous people that would try out, they expect to make the team the first time. They see it from the outside. They say,
Right.
oh, it's easy.
Yes.
They come and they realize it's not that easy. The game is so much faster than people realize watching it in the stands. And even myself coming back from 2004, having played at that time, and then coming back to coach in 2018, I remember being on the bench for the first time, and I was like, I was like, dude, dear God, this is super fast.
Yeah.
I mean, the athletes now, I feel, have evolved so much in 10, 15, 20 years.
Right.
And they're only going to get quicker and faster and smarter and better, and especially the indoor game. I mean, it's just so fast, as you know.
Yeah. Because you can learn from people in the past, and then those people, learn from them, and then everything just kind of slowly gets better and better and better. And yes, I did mention that before, how if you watch a game, it seems easy, right? Sitting in the stands, sitting at home, watching it. It looks like, okay, he's good, right? But I can do that. But then, you get to there, you get to the actual field, and then it's just all coming at you at once. Kind of how I felt in Milwaukee, you're more tired, you're a bit more nervous, the ball's coming at you faster than you think, it bounces kind of weird. It's just all these little things that it's hard to realize those things when you're just, sitting in the stands or sitting at home watching the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's the best coach or the best player when they're out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone. Oh, yeah, 100%. So, did you score goals? Did you have an assist? You did?
No. Well, okay. I did not score a goal, but I did get a point because I got an assist.
Okay.
I passed it to Mo. I think I had a little collision with some ambush players, ended up with the ball right in my feet. I think I had 2 options. I think it was Colin and Mo, and I just kind of did the outside of the boot. Mo placed it to him pretty nicely because he hit it first time with his toes, snuck it in there. So that was my first point. I had some other opportunities, but it was mostly on my left, and I'm not lefty. Yeah. So
Where is, now that you've played indoor and you've played at how many, 2 or 3 arenas, 4 arenas now?
yeah, Chihuahua, Milwaukee, and the home.
Home field.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Dallas field's your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, good.
Of course.
How long do you think you see yourself playing this sport? Is this something you would do forever, as long as your other job would allow you to? Is this something you would want to do for the next 15, 20 years, depending on how your body handles it?
Yeah, that's really what's going to be the determining factor, is if my body can handle it. As long as my body can handle it, I will be playing. But, that just goes down to me. Just have to take care of it. Because, in order to get better, you have to play all the time. You have to play at these high levels, and accidents happen, So that's really what is gonna determine how long I play. Is just
Are you playing on a men's league team at all right now? Are you?
right now, no. I'm just doing some indoor soccer at like American Indoor, and
Okay.
then I do play Sunday League as well every now and then.
Outdoor league?
Yeah, it's outdoor. I really just do that just to kind of
Stay
keep the
fit.
conditioning. Yes, just to keep the conditioning up. But like I said earlier, I just like indoor a lot better. So I do still play just to keep myself used to playing indoor soccer.
Right.
Because it is a different game. So I do, yeah, just do that. I consider playing UPSL again, but just ended up not doing it. Just
Gotcha.
stuck with indoor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to the Sidekicks fans?
I hope to see you at the games. They are always fun, and you will have a good time. I promise you. You will have a great time at the home games.
Well,
be good
DaKingSean Bennett,
Yes, sir.
it was very nice having you on.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your time. And I hope all the Sidekicks fans got to know you a little bit better.
Yes, hopefully.
And then next time you come on, hopefully we'll have you perform Chatter. And if not,
Okay.
maybe at one of the first team gatherings,
Mm-hmm.
you should introduce yourself to everyone and let them know that Chatter was your song.
Is out and about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's great to learn about that. Great to hear your story. You still have a long career ahead of yourself. You're still a youngin' in this sport.
Yes.
I'm excited to see you on the field again next season. So thank you again for your time. Dallas Sidekicks fans, thank you again for your time. Please like us, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you again, DaSean.
Yes. Thank you very much. Let it be known to we goated. It's king time.
Here we go.